Hello, welcome to the first episode of OceanBlock. My new series, it will be replacing my vanilla Let's Play world, but it's just a challenge mod pack where you spawn on an island in the middle of the ocean. So I think it's pretty fun. So let's just dive right into it. It also has 500 quests. So it's pretty much going to guide you through most of the stuff you do. And also, it looks like I'm lagging a lot, and in this moment I am, but it's not a very laggy mod pack. It's just because that was right when I logged into the world, so it was just pretty laggy. I lowered my render distance to make sure it didn't lag anymore. But also, I spawned next to that island that I had never seen before, so I was very interested, and it happened to have a sheep spawner in the middle of it, right there, and a red barrel, and I forget what red barrels can give you, but it gave me pretty good stuff. And barrels are found on rafts and pretty much in every structure in this world, and they just give you random things. There's a certain chance to get each thing. I'm also mining down my tree because I need a lot of wood. And also, normal tools, like vanilla tools, don't work. They're for crafting only. So Tinker's Construct is how the mod pack has you go, which is why I need so many logs. So that's what I'm doing. And there's also going to be a lot of, well, not a lot. There's going to be some fast time lapses in this. Mostly because I had to sort through 2 hours of footage. And I didn't really want the video to be like 40 minutes long. So it's like some of the parts are fast. But also, not every single episode will be done with a voiceover. But the only reason I'm doing a voiceover for this one is because a very rookie mistake I made was I started live streaming and I forgot to plug in my mic. So my entire recording was just blank noise, and I didn't even have sound from Minecraft. So there was just very much nothing. So I will have like normal talking in other episodes, but like I said, this episode is going to be a little bit different. Plus, this is also the starting out episode, so it also might be a little bit longer than the other ones because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be like set up for just getting basic resources. So this one might be a little bit longer than most other ones. Also, I recommend if you're ever playing this, you should break most of the grass on your island at some point, because there are a lot of seeds, and a lot of the seeds are used for a lot of things. I would say the most important one is cotton seeds, because that is how you get most of your string early game. And string is very important for a reason that I will go over in a second. Also, I got soul campfires, and I was very, very happy about getting those soul campfires, because how you do, like, smelting, kind of smelting, you need different types of heat sources, and a soul campfire has a high temperature. And the only way to get a high temperature is with something with soul sand or a beacon. So I would have had to gone to the nether before I could have got high temperature, which means that was a very good find. And also, just to repeat, I got it from the red barrel on the island, if you didn't see that. So yeah, I made some Tinker's Station stuff. And this is a little bit different than it would usually be in other mod packs. You don't actually have a stencil station. You just put the patterns into the part builder, and you put your wood or stone or whatever, and then just take it out of there, and it gets rid of the pattern. So you don't just make a pattern of what you need, put it in a part builder, and then make infinite. It takes that. It uses up the pattern. And there's a quest called Basic Resources, which just means you need to collect basic resources. You need cobblestone, gravel, sand, dust, and dirt, 8 of each. And it gives you FTB Ultimine, like that. And then I'll show you how that works. So, yeah. And FTB Ultimine is very, very nice in this pack. And also, I like to, whenever I get my first 2 pieces of cobblestone, make a stone pickaxe head, so that it just mines better, and just mines better, has better durability, can mine higher level things. So, yeah. Yeah. So there's on the basic default island, and you get to pick what island you want when you create the world, which is pretty cool. I just did the default because I'm gonna be streaming / recording this stuff. So this is like the basic run through. And also, by the way, this is not a very fast pack to play through. It will take you a while, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, that's how you get dust. You hammer down sand. And I'm about to show you. Yeah, like most other challenge packs, if you hammer cobblestone, it turns into gravel. Gravel turns into dirt. Dirt turns into sand. And sand turns into dirt. And I still need dirt, so I'm just getting dirt. And I also need gravel, but I'll get gravel after the dirt. Also, for this mod pack, the creators decided for lag reasons to make mobs only spawn in the deep, warm ocean. So if you want to make a mob farm and you're playing this, don't make it outside from where your base is. Only make it in the deep, warm ocean, because or else it won't work. And also, there is no deep, warm ocean except for around your base. So pretty much mobs will only spawn, like vanilla mobs, or not vanilla mobs, land mobs. Drowns will still spawn no matter where they are, so will guardians and such. But land mobs will not spawn anywhere else. So, that's nice. Also, clay is very useful in this pack. So, I would recommend kind of only using that when you have to. Because I don't think I've ever gotten to the point where I needed to get more clay. Because I haven't played this pack in a while. But clay is clearly useful. Well, not clear. It's useful. So just use that only when you have to. I'm also making a sword just in case, because it's turning night and I would like to be able to defend myself. So yeah, it's just 2 tool handles and a blade. Mostly because I want to kill sheep to get a bed so that I can actually sleep through the night. I also got a mob soul right there, which mob souls can be used to make soul sand in a tempered glass jar, which is the thing that needs heating from soul sand. So yeah, you don't have to go to the nether. Just the easiest way is to go to the nether, I think, I never actually had to make this salt sand in the tempered glass jar, so I don't remember the recipe. So I don't know which one's easier. But also I'm making here an oak sluice. And the oak sluice is how you get, or the sluice. There's not only the oak kind. There's also iron, diamond, and netherite. But that is how you get, like, iron, copper, and whatever. Although, this is a 1.16 mod. 1.16.5 mod pack. So, there is no vanilla copper. So, a mod added copper. Which means that copper probably has a lot more uses than it has now. So, yeah. Also, the cloth mesh, or I haven't made it yet, but there's a cloth mesh, and you need that to use the oak sluice, to use any sluice. Although it can be upgraded to iron, gold, and diamond, but the first one you're going to have is cloth, and it's pretty bad on, like, collecting resources. But once you get enough iron, you can upgrade it to an iron sluice, which is better. Also, that, like, comma thing I just made, that's pretty much your hoe. So that's how you till dirt to plant the seeds that you've collected, like cotton seeds. Or flax seeds. Flax also gives you a string, but cotton does it a little bit faster. Or not a little. Cotton does it faster, so I would recommend using cotton. But if you didn't get any copper for some reason and you did get flax will also work. Although that is highly unlikely that you won't get cotton and you'll get flax, because flax is much more rare to get from grass. Also, here I was trying to show you, like, some of the cool stuff that you can make in this pack later on. But then I couldn't find any of it. So I just went to a random thing, and that was not very difficult to make. Except for the fact that it takes diamonds. It's not very difficult to make. So, yeah. Although you can, I figured out later, you can make creative mode items. So, like, there's also mechanism in this pack. So you can get a creative fluid tank where you just put a bucket of any fluid you want in there and you get infinite of it. Which, I know, it sounds super OP. Like, how does that make this fun? But it's so late game. Like, it's so far into the future of where you have to go that I don't really think it's too OP by that point. I mean, obviously it's still OP, but it's not too bad. Also, I'm making a little platform for me to plant seeds. So that's what I'm doing right here. Because I need some string to use my sluice to get iron, to upgrade my sluice, so string is pretty much one of the basic resources you need. And so, also, 2 cotton turns into 4 string, whereas 1 flax turns into 1 string. So that's one of the reasons cotton goes faster than flax does. So that's why I recommend using cotton instead of flax. But also, yeah, like I said, I'm getting some clay, but that was mostly to complete the quest. And also, you get random rewards in this, so that's how I'm getting some of my stuff. But honestly, the small crate might be the worst thing you can get, because its inventory is so small. Like, look at that. That's horrible. It's 1 line. And it costs 2 chests. Or it costs a chest, pretty much. And also, boats are also for crafting only. And so you might be thinking, how do you go. Yeah, if you put a boat or if you put a chest with the boat, you get a small rowing boat, and the small rowing boat can be upgraded to much bigger boats. But yeah, also I don't know how that sank, but it's not supposed to. Yeah, but that's how you make a boat, and it can be upgraded. Also, I just did a time lapse for this because sluicing is kind of like mining. It's incredibly tedious and very annoying, so I just decided to time lapse right through it, just like you would for mining. So yeah, and also once you get one iron ingot, you complete a quest that gives you 4 to 20 iron chunks. And iron chunks are that thing in my hotbar, and if you just smelt them by themselves, they'll turn into an iron nugget. And once you get your first 2 iron ingots, you can get a thing called an engineer's hammer, and you can craft 4 of those iron chunks into an iron cluster. Like I just did, because I got 1 iron ingot and got 12 iron chunks. And so I made an engineer's hammer, and the engineer's hammer can turn clusters into dust just by crafting them together. Now, like I said, this is going kind of fast. Not kind of. It's going fast. But also, this video is already 26 minutes long, so I kind of needed to speed through this stuff, and it's kind of important to see. There's also a thing called a manual pump that I made, which you just put it on top of a infinite water source. You right click it and it has a certain amount of time, and it will just feed water into your sluice. And also, I don't know if I said this yet, but your sluice needs water to work. So you can either, at the beginning, you just manually bucket it, and as you upgrade your sluices, they get better and better water usage, whereas the oak sluice just uses 1 bucket every single time he makes one. He sluices something. So that's the reason. Which makes the manual pump very, very useful. Also, cast iron is also pretty important. And how you make cast iron is you just put iron on a you just put iron on a campfire cooking. And you also need tempered glass, which is just campfire cooking glass panes. So it's not incredibly difficult to make. The hardest part is you need 5 iron, because you get 3 cast iron for getting your first iron ingot. So you actually need 9 cast iron, but it ends up being 5 iron when you take into account the quest reward. And like I said, the tempered glass jar is how you smelt some things that you can't smelt in normal furnaces. It's also how you get lava, which, as opposed to what I would think it would be, lava is still low temperature. It's still low temperature, even though it has a 2 times efficiency. So, even within a certain, low temperature and high temperature, there are different efficiencies. So, lava has a higher efficiency than campfires and torches. So, to make lava, a campfire would take 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Lava would take 1 minute and 20 seconds. And a soul campfire would take 15 seconds. Whereas a beacon would take 3 seconds, because a beacon has a 5 times efficiency. So, a beacon is pretty good at this. So yeah, I'm just getting my soul campfire to put under my tempered glass jar. Also, for some of the things that need to be cooked on low temperature, you can cook on high temperature and it'll just go faster. Like lava, and you can also smelt iron chunks directly. So iron chunks will also go faster, and every single chunk. So those are clusters, not chunks. Clusters. So high temperature is pretty good. But also, once you get like good amounts of iron, you might want to make two more tempered glass jars, and just have one on low temperature for things that need to be on low temperature, and another one that has nothing under them, because there are some recipes that take no temperature. And you can also use the cast iron tubes to let the crafting recipes that come from the tempered glass jar, like lava, to go directly into the glass jar. And also, if you're going to make lava, you need a glass jar, or else it's just going to void the lava. You can also attach a chest to it so that all the items that go out don't just pop out into the world, they go into the chest. So, that's also kind of important to make sure it doesn't get burned or anything. So, I would recommend making a chest for it. You can also, there's also a cobble generator, and so you can put that into like a drawer, and then attach the drawer to the network of cast iron tubes, and then there's also a thing that auto processes for the jar, the tempered glass jar, and so that lets you make automated lava pretty much, which is very, very nice. So, yeah. And, yeah, I'm just sluicing gravel, but hence the reason it's sped up, because sluicing is boring, and I was just showing how the engineer hammer works there. That, like, I don't do much in this, I was just showing you how the tempered glass jar works. Oh, I know. I don't know why I engineer hammered it, because I easily could have just put it in the tempered glass jar, but that's how I got my iron before. And I kind of just skipped past that part because I knew I was going to do it here. So, yeah. You also need a lot of iron throughout this pack. So, yeah. It's important. And with an iron sluice, which is just 3 iron around a sluice, you can then use a hopper to feed gravel or dust or sand or whatever you want to put into the sluice automatically, which is kind of why in my next episode I'm going to make an iron sluice, but I don't make an iron sluice in this episode. So next episode I'm going to make an iron sluice, and it's going to be great. Because then I don't have to stand there and sluice. I can just put some gravel in there and then use my absorption hopper to pick up the items and put them into a chest. And then I have automated, pretty much automated that stuff. All the stuff you get from whatever you want to put in. So, yeah. Which, also, once you get a gold mesh, you can start getting diamonds from gravel, but an iron mesh does not give you diamonds from gravel. So, I don't think I get a gold mesh yet, but also, next episode I'll also get a gold mesh. So, yeah. Also, I would recommend putting your cobble generator next to your tempered glass jar, or like nearby it, and put a drawer on top of your cobble generator, and it'll automatically put stuff into inventories above it. So then, yeah. Also, I want a auto processing jar, which just lets you put it on top of the tempered glass jar, and then it just works for you. And then you just set it to a recipe, and it'll keep doing that recipe until it runs out of until it runs out of space, or if it runs out of cobblestone. And I usually use it to make automated lava. So, and automated lava can then be used to make power eventually, which is one of the reasons automated lava is so good. Also, I die here when doing the dirt, and so I have to make another hammer and everything and just mine my way up. Yeah, but I wanted sand for gold. Or wait, no. I wanted dust. I think I wanted dust for redstone. Yeah, I think I wanted redstone. So, because redstone is used to make the auto processing jar, because you need a piston and a dropper. So, yeah. Also, I started getting gold for this because, like, I need gold for what is it called? I need gold for the gold mesh. So I was getting rid. Okay, yeah, and this is the end. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. And like I said, it's not gonna be the same as most of the other episodes, but yeah, so be it. So hopefully next stream I'll remember to plug in my mic. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. See you next episode. Bye.